recording. We want to make this available to counselors and teachers who were not able to join us today. Again, my name is Diane Kanney, Director of Enrollment at Ohio State Newark. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Bachelor of Science and Engineering Technology webinar. We've got a full slate of speakers this morning. I have the pleasure of kicking us off. A couple of housekeeping things. Number one, we'll be sensitive to your time and considerate of your time this morning. We will be finished within 1 hour. During our session, if you do have questions, you're welcome to ask those in the Q&A function of the Zoom webinar. I have colleagues I want to introduce them actually, Ashley Marsh from the Marion campus, Jennifer Fry from the Mansfield campus. They'll be behind the scenes answering those questions or bringing those live for us to answer live at the very end of our session today. And also want to introduce someone who will speak later, and that is Georgia Bass from the Lima campus. So welcome. Let's get started. Let's jump in. Like I said, there's plenty to share with you and plenty of great things happening with our Bachelor of Science and Engineering Technology. Here are the presenters today. Of course, my name is Diane Kanney. I'm the Enrollment Director on the Newark campus. Then I have the pleasure of introducing Kathryn Kelley, who will follow me in the presentation today. She's really the brain, some of the brains behind the development of this program, and has been really a leader for all the regional campuses and a champion of this program for us. And then, of course, Georgia Bass will bring us home in terms of presenters today, talking about scholarships, and then has some really exciting news for all of you who haven't heard about our application fee waiver for students. So oftentimes when I present, there are a lot of questions from students, parents, and sometimes even counselors about really what is engineering technology. So we thought it would be worthwhile this morning to share with you a little bit about what engineering technology is. I'll speak a little bit about what it is, and then certainly Kathryn Kelley will talk more about it. But it's this very interesting combination of engineering concepts with hands-on. It's also, our program is really built to prepare a student to understand the work of an engineer while also being able to lead a team. And those are two very distinct and different mindsets, I think, and strengths that students must have and professionals must have. And our 4-year program will develop those skills, again, really launching into beginning the engineering and understanding the work of an engineer, and then in years 3 and 4, doing a lot more in terms of problem solving, certifying students in Lean Six Sigma, and really developing their business and leadership skills and understanding. That's what sets the Ohio State Engineering Technology program apart from others, and really sets the 4-year program apart from a 2-year degree. Yes, this program is only offered on the 4 regional campuses of Ohio State: Lima, Mansfield, Marion, and now in Newark. We have just started the program here. Yes, we are backed by the College of Engineering. It is a part of the College of Engineering, Ohio State's College of Engineering. In fact, when the students graduate, they are named engineers. Really excited to share with you that last year, for this past autumn, we had 124 total students who enrolled for the program. And that's across all 4 regional campuses. And as of today, we have 32 students who have already been applied. They've already applied or been accepted to a campus for next autumn semester. So that is just super, super news for this program. Obviously, there's a lot of advantages to enrolling on a regional campus of The Ohio State University. First and foremost is the affordability factor. One of the lowest tuition rates in the state of Ohio at $9,212. Really proud of that. Really proud to work for a university that has such commitment to keeping the cost of higher education affordable for as many students and families as we can. Access to research. not only just research and access to that, but I know on our campus and certainly across all the regional campuses, we are supporting students financially with research grants and stipends to conduct research. And of course, the small campuses and the small classes really built and wired like a small liberal arts institution at a fraction of the cost. And so that personal attention really carries the student through our program. And of course, when you think about where our locations are, they're perfectly situated across the campus or across the state of Ohio in terms of being close to industry. And real quickly, you can think about what's located near those. You've got Honda, you've got Ford, Intel, and all the things happening in Licking County. Across the state of Ohio, industry is booming, and we are perfectly situated, and our students will be perfectly situated to take advantage of that as graduates, and certainly lead right into mentorships, of course, which you're going to learn about here in a few minutes, internships, and then jobs after graduation. So certainly, I think we are situated, and your students will be situated to really have a great deal of success post their experience with Ohio State. So now it's my pleasure to turn things over to Kathryn Kelley, the Executive Director of the Ohio Manufacturing Institute. Kathryn, I know it is an early day for you in Colorado, so thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Diane, thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us this morning to talk about this unique program. It's really exciting when you're developing a new major and something that has been developed hand in hand with the employers in this state. So I'll go through some of the a little bit of the background, but we can add more during the Q&A session and really focus in on how the curriculum is reflective and is actually going to inform these students being those industry leaders and being able to analyze programs using a systems approach and really employing effective business analysis to what they do in their careers. So let's start with the next slide. So a little bit more from what Diane's talked about in terms of what engineering is versus engineering technology. I'm only going to touch on a few things. As she said, this is applied learning. So the students are really taking the systems-based approach to basically be the communicator between the technician, those 2-year degree program graduates, and the C-suite. They are going in and if you have a problem solver, this is the degree program for you, for your students. It really is focused on working with those systems and making sure that their operations are running effectively, that the students are going to receive a number and learn a number of business concepts to the point where at the end of their academic career, they can earn a green belt, a Lean Six Sigma green belt, which is a mastery of operational effectiveness. It's a requirement for many process engineering, quality assurance, and manufacturing jobs. So industries that rely on the expertise of a Lean Six Sigma expert are in automotive, everything from automotive to electronics and healthcare to manufacturing, transportation. So that is the type of student that we are graduating. We hope that we'll graduate starting this year, this spring, and then moving forward, we'll have Newark graduates in a few years as well. So next slide. So I mentioned a little bit of this. As I said, the students are getting that hands-on engineering experience from the very first course. They are being connected with industry, including with our Introduction to Engineering Technology course that they take in the first year. They are assigned an industry mentor, and they learn from that. individual, that professional throughout the semester to report out what they learned at the end of the semester. We've had really strong relationships with the manufacturers and the industry partners in each region. So, we've had mentors from Whirlpool, from Rockwell Automation, from Honda, from Lincoln Electric, from Cincinnati Inc., and a host of other industry members. So the students learn immediately how to start focusing their approach to their future career by talking with these mentors. And then the touch points throughout the rest of the year and through the rest of their 4-year program. And we have them go through, they have many touch points with tours, with with assignments that connect them to the industries in the region and beyond. They are not only learning those technical skills, but they're also learning to be with a soft, being a broadly educated, well-versed leader that can take on any challenge when they graduate. And as I said, the students are going to be learning, these are the goals, and we develop these goals and objectives with industry members. And so we had focus groups from the very beginning to learn what exactly are the skills that are needed for someone who's recently graduated to succeed and excel in their career. So, they're really that systems thinking, reporting out what they've learned. They're communicating with their team, and then you have the business knowledge. Again, that they can earn up to that green belt in Lean Six Sigma. They're getting a number of different project management, as well as they're learning leadership for a changing world. They're getting a whole host of courses in that series. Some of the other courses that they'll learn are focused in on cybersecurity, what we call Industry 4.0 skills, which include robotics and automation. It also includes artificial intelligence and machine learning. They're learning data analysis. They're learning how, facility integration. So all of those combined, are going to provide them with, the engineers told us, is that they get into the field and they're asked by their employer after 2 or 3 years or 4 years to lead a team or to become a manager. And they said they really are ill-equipped to do so. And what we want to do is make sure that these graduates are prepared for that. So we really expect them to be ready to go on day one after they graduate. These are some of the expected roles. And of course, this is not inclusive. There are a whole host of careers that they could be in. And as Diane said, the degree is engineering technology, the career is engineering. And so they can, these are crucial roles in the engineer. That's where that Lean Six Sigma comes in, being, leading up to being a chief engineer, a plant manager, even a CEO. So, there are many opportunities with the skills these students are learning to succeed in whatever they want to do in this arena. So, and we learned these are the Ohio labor statistics that, of course, once they graduate, and this should be, 1 or 2 years after they graduate, they should be in this range, but it could be more than this, depending on the role they decide to pursue. Right. And then these are some of the actual photos of students in the classroom. You can see it really is hands-on. We have a number. This is looks like we have a number of of the electrical and controls classes in these exhibited in these photos. So the students are going to be learning AC/DC circuits. They're going to learn PLC programming, which is something that that is needed for industry processes. They're going to learn power distribution drives, understanding the schematics of power so that they can, again, take that systems approach to problem solving. And then for technology, they're going to learn everything from sensors to coding. They have these, each campus has the training equipment, these connected smart machines that have the robotics and the visual sensors all added into the equipment so the students can learn how to troubleshoot and problem solve. And then overarching, I mean, they're learning with all of these, the holistic part of it is the manufacturing processes and the mechanical systems and the materials. In fact, we weren't even going to include a materials course. And then, we had a request from some of our industry partners, including Whirlpool, saying, can we have a little bit more about materials, just so they have an understanding of adapting to the needs of manufacturers, and also trying to predict what is going to be needed in terms of the trends, the technology trends for the future. And this is a sample of the number of industry members who are involved or have been involved. And this is really only a partial list because of we actually have had some who were involved in the, as I mentioned, the focus groups, as well as the earlier coursework. They helped us with determining how to integrate the foundational courses, the physics, the calculus, the chemistry, the engineering fundamentals. They also helped with indicating that if we provided an embedded certificate, a manufacturing foundation certificate, that would help them with hiring our interns, because then they knew they would have that, they were assured that they would have the basic understanding of what the processes were, so that they didn't have to spend extra time with HR in order to get the student up to speed. So that every step of the way, the companies have been just amazing, helping us develop this program. So as I mentioned before, we've assigned the students mentors from the very first course, and I don't have any firsthand testimonials to this, but I have sat in on a number of the presentations, and I'm really excited because the mentors really put a lot of time and energy into sharing what they do on a regular basis, and even some of their philosophies on life. They've taught the students about how it's important to maintain their health. So it's really been wonderful to watch the relationships that start from the very first class and really continue through their careers. So maybe some of the others have some specific examples, but I do know that they do get a lot from this, and again, those touch points are there throughout their academic career. Through a number of the courses that we've developed, we make sure that there are a lot of touch points with industry. And here's a testimonial, right? This is from one of the students in Mansfield, Zach Ernest. There's actually an OSU News article about him. I think that was in spring, and he's working as he's pursuing his bachelor's degree, and he's completely on time, ready to graduate in spring, and that is. I think a testament to what we have developed here, and I'm really excited to see the students graduate and to see what they do as they build their as they build their career. So thank you very much.
And thank you, Kathryn. Wow. And speaking more about Zachary, the student whose testimonial was listed there, he has a job. He has a job being held for him in the Mansfield area because of the experience he's had in this program, and he's working part-time, at least if not full-time, and going to classes, and the industry partner said, we're not going to fill this role. We want you for that role. So I hope you'll agree with me. This has been a very thoughtful development of a program, and thanks to Kathryn and the industry partners. They have listened to our industry partners across the state of Ohio in developing this program so that our students can also, I mean, they're going to benefit, right? Our students are all going to benefit with great jobs, but also helping the state of Ohio to flourish. So now it's my pleasure to turn things over to my colleague, Georgia Bass from the Lima campus. She's going to walk us through scholarship opportunities, and also, again, a little teaser here. She's going to have some great news for you and your students, those who want to apply directly to a regional campus. We've got exciting news to share with you. So I'll turn things over to Georgia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We're always excited to share about our engineering technology program, but for me, I'm most excited to share about scholarship opportunities and how we help make this affordable for our students. That's one of the main benefits of attending the Ohio State University at a regional campus, is really benefiting from those resources that we can provide to students in our regional campus areas. So there are many different scholarships, especially for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology. That is due to our investment in the program and our industry partners' investment and belief in the program, and then obviously the support from the state as well about the great outcomes that come from programs like these. So I'll run through a few of these different scholarship options for you, and then I'll tell you a little about how you can help your students apply to our BSET program. So first scholarship is our Choose Ohio First scholarships. This is Innovators for a New STEM Workforce. You can see there that this is a 4-year renewable award. And Diane mentioned our tuition earlier of just over $9,000. So this is a pretty decent dent in that. And the priority deadline to apply for this is July 15. Eligibility criteria that students are Ohio residents, that they're accepted and enrolled in the engineering technology program on any of our regional campuses that offer the program. Write essays outlining career aspirations and commitment to diversity. They must be an incoming freshman, and they must also maintain a 3.0 GPA in order to kind of benefit from that renewable aspect of the award. So this is an Ohio State Scholarship for Engineering Technology. This is a $5,000 4-year renewable award, and the priority deadline for this one is April 21st. Eligibility criteria you will see on these very similar requirements as we go through the scholarships. Accepted and enrolled in the engineering technology program on one of our regional campuses. Provide short responses to 2 questions related to program interest and accomplishments, their achievements, their community involvement and leadership and aspirations. And then they'll have to maintain satisfactory academic progress for renewal, so essentially staying on track. And then we also have an Ohio State merit-based scholarship for students in engineering technology. And this is a $1,000 one-time merit award with a priority deadline of May 1st. And eligibility criteria is that students simply just need to apply to the engineering technology program on one of the 4 regional campuses by May 1st. So really no additional requirements for this one, just apply and then put themselves in for this opportunity just by showing their interest in the program. And then we also have some campus-specific scholarships. These vary per campus. The reason being is a lot of these are funded by our local industry partners in each location. So they do vary per campus, and there's great diversity in the types of scholarships that are offered for students. We have some that are, $500. We have some that are up to $10,000, some that are renewable, some that are renewable for the full cost of tuition. And again, varying deadlines for those based off how we're working with the industry partners. So eligibility criteria will obviously differ. So we really recommend that students connect with their Ohio State admissions counselors at the regional campus to learn about those opportunities. And, you know, the best bet is to just reach out to, you know, the person who you have the most contact with at the regional campus, or if you really don't know who to reach out to any of us, and we'll all help get your student to the right person to learn about the scholarship options that are most relevant for them. Our goal is to provide as many opportunities when it comes to scholarships for this program. So please don't hesitate to reach out. We're more than happy to help. So how do students apply? So this is a program that is offered exclusively on the regional campuses. So students will be visiting our apply.osu.edu webpage, and then they will select the regional campus application. Our regional campuses also have individual websites, which can also lead students to that regional campus application as well. So whichever pathway the student is most comfortable with. We do have free application right now for students who apply by December 15. And then they can use the code that is listed below. I'll keep talking for a little while so you guys can take pictures of the screen or make a note or a post-it note. We will also be sharing this recording also. One of the really great benefits of applying before December 15 is many of our campuses also have additional scholarships for students who apply before that date. So really, if you think about the potential cost benefits and the affordability for students, they can combine some of those scholarships that I mentioned earlier with a campus-specific scholarship if they apply before December 15, and really make this an affordable opportunity. So once students apply, some of the things that we need from them is we do need them to submit that online application, fill out that information, and then we'll need for them to submit a high school transcript. So many of you on the call may be school counselors, some of you may be teachers or professionals who are helping guide students through this pathway. Please know that all of those documents should be sent to our Columbus campus for processing. They're processed centrally, and they need to come directly from the school. We cannot accept an official transcript from a student. It has to come from the school. And then once we've received that application and the transcript, admission is typically within a few days. That's one of the great benefits of our regional campus application. You don't have to wait for those big decision releases. Really, as soon as we have the information, we're able to release our decisions on a rolling basis. And we are open access. So that means that any student graduating from an Ohio high school or homeschool will be admitted. So this really is a guaranteed pathway for students with lots of affordable options. And that comes with a decision relatively soon so that they can feel confident and secure moving ahead with their next steps. So thank you so much. If you have questions, feel free to put those in the Q&A, and I will hand back over to Diane.
Thank you, Georgia. And of course, I want to finish with just a slide or two here in terms of, you know, timing is everything. So make sure that your students are paying attention to deadlines. The deadlines on applying to a regional campus are a little bit softer than applying to the Columbus campus, but yet the most important thing are the scholarship deadlines that Georgia just mentioned. Those are pretty important that students do hit the mark on those. And so applying early ensures that students aren't going to miss those great opportunities for scholarships. We do allow late applicants to the regional campuses, typically within a month or so of the start of a new semester, but just something to pay attention to. I want to turn things now to Q&A, but right before we go to that, I thought it would be helpful to clarify just a couple of things that we heard, not only from Kathryn, but also from Georgia. And that is, this is a program unique and specific to the regional campuses of The Ohio State University. Your student will start and finish this program on a regional campus. They cannot finish this program on the Columbus campus, unlike so many other programs that can be started on a regional campus and finished in Columbus. That is not possible with this program. Also want to point out and highlight that, as Georgia said, yes, scholarships are campus specific, and there are a lot of scholarships. I'm learning more and more every day about new scholarships for regional campus students interested in engineering technology. So certainly there's a lot of support for students who want to pursue this because there's such a need in the workforce for these students. I also want to invite and encourage all of you to connect with the regional campus professionals that are closest to you. Invite us to your classrooms to visit, or encourage your students to come visit us. We all welcome high school visits to our campuses, and we all go out and visit your schools as well. So really want to continue this collaboration and this connection beyond today. So with that, I'll turn things over now to Jennifer Fry and or Ashley Marsh, my colleagues from the Mansfield and Marion campus, to see if there are any questions that have come up that we want to answer live. Jennifer or Ashley?
Yes, Diane, thank you so much. Jennifer here from Mansfield. Nice to have many of you joining us today. First question, and I will go ahead and I can cover this one, is the tuition still covered if our student covers for Pell, qualifies for the Pell Grant? And yes, I will cover that. That is the Buckeye Opportunity Program. And so with all these scholarships, if you have students in any programs that if they qualify for the Pell Grant, which we all know opens December 1st for the free application for federal student aid, they will be qualified for that Buckeye Opportunity Program. So that's why we really want them to apply early and make sure that they qualify for as much aid as possible and really that affordability for programs like this. So if they are qualified for the Pell Grant, the tuition and fees is covered through the Buckeye Opportunity Program. And you can find more information about that at the financial aid sites as well. Kathryn, I am going to pass this next question on to you in regards to how do we tell a student of why 4-year instead of a 2-year degree?
Okay, say that one more time. I mean, rephrase it.
Sure. For students looking at 2 years versus a 4-year degree in these areas, why should they choose the 4-year?
No, that makes sense now. Really, it's going to depend on whether the student wants to move into more of a full role at their company in terms of ultimately management, leadership level. If they want to get involved in the business processes along with the manufacturing or the industry processes, there's a lot of times the technician level, they're going to be focused on a particular area or a particular process, machining or mechanics. This 4-year degree program is the full breadth of it. They're learning all of the systems, all the aspects of the system. So if a student is really interested in how everything works in the whole ecosystem, so to speak, then the 4-year degree would be the preferred degree program for them.
Thank you very much. Diane, question here as well. Is there specific admissions requirements for this program as opposed to OSU-Newark, like a specific GPA or test score required?
There are not. If a student wishes to enroll in this program on any of the regional campuses, they will apply the same way and they will be admitted to the program. So no specific or unique requirements for students.
Perfect. Another one here. Why this program over other engineering programs? Maybe Kathryn.
So if it's engineering programs within Ohio State, I think it really depends on what the students' interests are. if it's with other engineering technology programs within the state. I work with all of them. So we're part of the Ohio Engineering Technology and Educators Association. If I had to be a little bit more competitive, I would say that we are really working toward adding those new technologies, as they are being introduced into industry. So, for example, we have a relationship with a new National Science Foundation Engineering Research Center called Hybrid Autonomous Manufacturing from Evolution to Revolution. And they are developing new processes that are not even in industry yet, and are speeding the process into the teaching. So we'll actually have students who have this knowledge and understanding and can be ahead of the wave. So I mean, think about how valuable they'll be to their employers with that type of knowledge.
All right. Along with that, are there any courses it would be good for high school students to take in high school to prepare them for the courses they will take in this degree program? I think math comes to mind, the higher math. Kathryn, just to kind of start that.
Would help if I unmuted. I think, a lot of the basics that they would already be taking. I do want to point out, as you said, that with the math, that is, this is calculus based. That's based on the ABET accreditation. So, what we have done is designed a course that pulls in the essentials that are needed, that were informed by the engineers from the industry employers. So it's a calculus for engineering technology, a set of two courses. So, I mean, we'll still meet the student where they are when they enter into the program. The chemistry that they still need to understand chemistry. If you do have access to some of the more technical courses, the courses in PLCs, that will help them. Circuits, as I mentioned before. A lot of those. There's a if you go to the engineering technology website, there's a whole list of those, and I think that will give them a good understanding of what types of courses will help them. Again, as I said, as long as they're taking the basic, foundational courses, they'll be in really good shape.
All right, those are all the questions I see coming in right now. I would say if there are additional questions while we're still here, you can certainly type them in, but you also have our contact information that please, reach out to any of us or to our specific campuses in particular about the program, and we'd be happy to connect you with answers, or also with our program coordinators on our campus and advisors in relation to this program, because it is a very important program, and we know students are going to be astoundingly successful in this program, as we see that in what they're doing in the classrooms.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Kathryn. Thanks to all the counselors and teachers who joined us today. I've got exciting news to share with you. I saved this for the end. We are giving away, we're raffling off 10 gift cards to those of you who joined us today. So if you're a winner, you'll get that in your email later on, probably later on this week. And also, you will receive a thank you message with a survey link. We value your input. We want to know how to build these programs to better serve you so that you can serve your students and certainly help us promote our program. So if you'll please respond to that survey when you get it, we would be forever grateful. And for more information, of course, you can always reach us on the regional campuses, or you can visit this go.osu link here to learn more about the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Technology. And it looks like we've got one last question coming in. So we'll say goodbye to the rest of you, but we will stay on and make sure that question gets answered. Thank you so much. We promised to be considerate of your time, and looky there. In 39 minutes, you learned everything that you needed to learn about our new program. Want to thank you again and have a great day. Go Bucks. Bye-bye.